There are several factors that separate a good athlete from a great athlete.
WIAT 42 sports reporter Lauren Sisler joins us now to how to explain one piece of information could be the real difference. Lauren.
We live in a state that thrives on sports and competition. So what if you had the key to unlock your competitive edge? We traveled across the country in search for that key in a WIAT 42 exclusive report.
Hard work, focus, dedication, commitment. Those are all things that help to shape an athlete. And every good athlete strives for that competitive edge. It's in their blood. But the real question, is it in their DNA?
DNA's started up here.
And can you test for it?
For sports, we have a couple genetic tests that we offer, and they basically are genes that encode certain proteins and affect athletic performance.
Dr. Grant Bitter, the founder of Genomic Express in Westlake Village, California, has 30 years of experience in biotechnology.
So we look for the presence of each of the genetic variants.
And explains how a simple DNA test called ACTN3 can determine whether you are a power athlete or an endurance athlete, a possible game changer in the world of sports.
There's two types of muscle fibers, fast twitch muscle fibers and slow twitch muscle fibers. And they differ in the protein components in the muscle fibers. Each individual has two of these genes, one from their mother and one from their father, okay? And there are some genetic variants in each of these genes that affect athletic performance.
There are three possible genotypes. The RR, which gives an individual the power or sprint advantage. The XX, which gives an individual the endurance advantage. And the third one is RX, which contributes to power and endurance. So how exactly can this information be used?
For example, someone who's RR and has a power genotype and another individual is RX or XX, they may want to spend more time weight training. They want to spend more time weight training. Or for any individual, you may want to customize how you do the weight training based on their genotype. You're essentially using information, objective tests, and customizing your training that way rather than by trial and error, which is how it's usually done now.
We told you before it's a simple DNA test.
So we wanted to.
How simple? We'll show you. For $99, you can order the test kit for the ACTN3 genetic test.
You're going to swab one side of your mouth. You're going to roll it from top to bottom.
No muscle biopsies, no pinpricks, no needles.
I like painless.
Just a quick swab of the mouth, package it up, mail it back to Genomics Express, and your results will be posted to your online account within days.
Now we're at the point, after the Human Genome Project and being able to do this testing very quickly. We have 3 to 5 day turnaround in our lab and very reasonably priced. I mean, the tests are less than a pair of good running shoes. You do the test once, you have the result for life.
My test results are in. Let's take a look. I'm very anxious to see these results right now, considering I was a Division I gymnast. I am an XX genotype. Wow. It contributes to improved athletic endurance ability. As a gymnast, I had to work a little harder. I was a little bit taller and had trouble building some of that lean muscle mass, so that could explain why, muscle genotype there is the XX.
One thing that's been misunderstood in the past is this doesn't predict whether or not you're going to be the elite athlete. It merely gives you more information.
And that information paired with hard work, dedication, and a love for the game just might give an athlete that advantage they are looking for. But do doctors in Alabama feel the same way?
Training in sports is so multifactorial. Your diet, your training regimen, your parents' genetics. There's just so many things that come into play to determine how good you are at that sport long term that at this point, knowing what the genetic testing shows is not all that helpful in that way. Could it be? Maybe, but we don't have that science yet.
Now, I've invited some high school coaches from around the area to join me in this discussion. Log on to WIAT.com right after our newscast to hear what these guys here think about DNA testing for their athletes. I'm Lauren Sisler, WIAT 42 Sports coverage you can count on.